Hi! Welcome to part 2 of my review featuring the 5e RPG Academy Adventures setting for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It combines the best of Harry Potter with Dungeons & Dragons. If you haven't seen part 1 of my review, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the history and background of Zauberreich Academy. Welcome to Zauberreich. In this academy, all 9 schools of magic are studied. The number 3 is sacred in Drakenheist, and 3 times 3 more so. Each school of magic has a common name, the name that is used in Zauberreich, and the name of its student specialists. So you have abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, transmutation, and universal. I really like the Zauberreich names. They sound quite German, like Einberfung or Versaverung, Wachrufen. And I also like the specialist names, like Abjudoka, that sounds quite oriental. So all casters of all origins are welcome to this academy, from any type, from any species, be it those mortals wishing to learn the secrets of magic, or those inherently born with the talent. All of them are taught, as long as you make it into the academy, of course. Zauberreich students group themselves into Dries, consisting of 3 members each. These Dries are a mix of the different schools and work as a team both in challenges as well as class groups. So Zauberreich is a pretty large school, with facilities for a maximum of 60 students in total. The class ratio is carefully modulated to match each dorm room, which consists of 3 teams of 3 students each. Zauberreich is within the Royal Palace in the center of the Grey City. From above, it appears to be a giant eye. Not that many can see it. It is perhaps why the tower in the center is colloquially called God's Eye Keep in Empire. The Grey City is known for its wooden carvings, which are often littered about the perimeter so much that the city appears to be bustling with people. In truth, it is sparsely populated, but the lifelike carvings create statues of the people that once were. Celebrated the first of the year, the Carver King rules for a day, leading a raucous series of revelry that can sometimes turn dark. It is rumored that if the Carver King is not respected by the ruling nobility, a fiendish counterpart uses his carving knife to carve a statue of the current king out of the bodies of outsiders. The remaining days of the year, the Grey Carvers are largely sedate, glumly offering their services to the nobility and students at the school. Let's talk about the school itself. Zauberreich originated with the role of the King Usher's personal wizard, a role known as Arcane Advisor. The Arcane Advisor was originally known only as Mordo, who would go on to be influential in several schools of magic. When Mordo died, his successor, Dalog, later known as Dalog the Deceiver, established the School of Necromancy. Dalog's allegiance to the Dark Lord and eventual betrayal led to the dissolution of the role of Arcane Advisor under the king. Under Princess Gwen Usher's encouragement, Zauberreich became a proper academy and expanded to encompass 8 schools, plus the Universal School of Magic. Under Headmaster Ashman, Zauberreich is flourishing. In fact, Zauberreich's responsibilities are almost overwhelming. To manage all this, Headmaster Ashman has 2 assistants to manage clerical minutiae, but for management of the day-to-day activities, he relies on the 9 regents, who manage classes and day-to-day activities, including each one of the magical schools. Below the regents are guild wizards, who help and sponsor initiates, acting as advisors and otherwise guiding the younger students. Each of the schools within Zauberreich offers its own benefits at the academy. At its base, the academy provides everything for a spellcaster: an extensive library, components, instructors, laboratories. And then there's Gottes Gauterm, the eye which powers and protects the school. Let's talk about applying. Neophytes can apply as early as 10 years of age and as old as 13. It's important to note that age is predicated on the species' childhood, but that this age range covers all sentient humanoids. Magical aptitude is determined on intake days, which are conducted once a year. There, a show conducted by apprentices and staff travel to the outer reaches of Drakenheist to drum up interest in the academy. Intake days are festive events meant to gauge interest and aptitude of prospective students. Upon joining, all apprentices are bound with a magical oath that you will see on screen. Let's talk about the student body. Neophytes, also known as first years, constitute the bulk of the academy. They are new to their triptych and to their roles, and many are new to life at university. Neophytes have chores. Their life is regimented so that when they aren't in class, they hopefully won't get into too much trouble. Then we have initiates, or second years. They gain access to more spells, 1 additional cantrip and 2 more first level spells. Initiates have access to the Academy Arcanum, a massive library. They also obtain clothing appropriate to their chosen school, and they get to choose a wand, which is a significant undertaking that says as much about the student as it does about the wand. When it comes to apprentices, third years are the final year of instruction before students become proper wizards. They are expected to hold leadership positions in their triptych and are increasingly sent on missions to exercise their abilities as part of field trips. Concerning graduates, students who graduate are free to go out into the world to seek their fortune. Some might be invited to join into the academy as professors, while others may take roles in the royal court as arcane advisors. Still, others become mercenaries. Now, concerning the academy staff, Zauberreich tends to hire from within, but the tradition of inviting unique beings from all over the multiverse willing to learn or teach magic ensures a diverse staff who brings a unique perspective to the schools. And this concludes this part of the review. This is very exciting. You can play an entire campaign as a student, as a professor, or as a student who develops into a professor eventually. Or maybe you want to take the path of the mercenary or the advisor when you graduate. In the next part, we are going to take a look at the campus itself. Thank you for watching this part of the review. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending drive-thru RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.